drinking.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Welcome to our first Friday Mayhem edition.
Friday
see how excited we are. I'm Liz, and joined by Therese, and Joe Bob is here. This is twice in a week. We are so lucky to see her.
Mm-hmm.
And our dear friends Morgan and Tabitha have joined us for the chaos.
Dear friends.
Welcome for coming back to Joe's back to business.
Our
podcasting.
Friday night mayhem. So once a month, Friday night. Hopefully the first Friday of every month. Perhaps different Fridays, as you may realise it's not the first Friday of this month. Anyway, who cares? We're going to party. And by party, I mean we're going to knit. We are. So grab your drinks, grab your knitting, and join us. I've got my drink. Are you ready, girls? It's Friday night there, right? So I'm starting. Sex on the beach.
Ooh.
I've got myself a Voc cocktail. Sex on the beach. Yum, yum, bubble gum. Let's just crack that good girl. There we go.
Hello, chat. Hi, everybody in the
Hi,
chat.
Cheers, Tabitha. Friday night, knit night.
I think Morgan wanted to get something off her chest first.
Ooh,
no way. Really?
Get it out of the way.
Hang on.
I could wait, but you know.
Let me hang on a second. Snacks. I need snacks. I'm feeling squirrely today. Look. Can you see a squirrel pop out at you?
Oh, too bad Tomsky's not here. He loves squirrels.
Yeah. Okay, I'm feeling squirrely. Let me get the nuts out. I need them. Hang on. I need a drink and I need some nuts. Okay, go for it, Moggy. I'm right. I'm ready.
Right.
I'm settled. I'm situated.
Right.
Salted cashews.
Prepare yourself.
By the way, while we're talking about nuts, these are salted cashews. Nobby's nuts. $8.45 a packet.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So while we're talking about nuts and squirrels, we'll let Morgan say what she wants to say. Speaking of nuts.
Right.
Look at that.
This
glorious.
This artist shawl.
That's stunning.
Make
now
her
you
big.
see
It really is.
Now, see, if you didn't tune in last week,
Make
or
her big.
Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
What happened to that hem? Hold it up. It's what's wrong with that hem?
Joe, come on, let her.
It blocked out just fine. So if you didn't tune into that episode, I was complaining a wee bit about how the bind off was fiddly and just annoying overall, and I was kind of over it. And
ugly.
It was ugly because it was all bulky and it was curling up. But I thought, you know what? I'm like, let's just try to block it. Worst case scenario, if I still didn't like it. If I still didn't like it after blocking it, I was gonna rip it out. However, I think it blocked out pretty well. It's a lot.
I think so.
Really?
It's very
really.
pretty.
You think so?
Better than it was.
You can see that
so
that
diplomatic of you, Therese.
One by one color work.
It's still, look at it. It's like the fish in the bottom of the ocean. It's all wrinkly on the bottom. Look at it. I can see it from here.
Too. It's also
can you go past?
How I blocked it.
Can you do me a favor? Mm-hmm. Can you go galloping past on a horse and wearing that, and I'll have a look.
Can't imagine why Joe's doing reviews for Blocked or anything. She just tells it like it is.
I used to do horseback riding. I never went in a full gallop though, but sure, I'll try.
No, you can just ride on the motorcycle. Just ride on the back of the motorcycle and then run by.
Who's the lady? Who's the lady that goes riding on the horse? Is it? I don't know. Lady Godiva's in my head for some reason. I don't even know who that is.
That's who it is.
She wouldn't be wearing a shawl though, Joe.
She had long hair.
Was she naked?
Yeah.
Long hair, naked, and a shawl. Perfect. I want to see that happen.
I
I
don't
wanna
think there was
see-
a shawl. I think it was
I want to
just the
see how
hair.
the shawl ripples.
Sounds like an Australian thing.
Godiva makes chocolates. They're yummy.
They are yummy.
Speaking of squirrels,
Okay. Well, speaking of squirrels, Morgan, I'm really glad that you didn't listen to me. No, Morgan, I'm really glad that you're learning this lesson on your own, seeing as you won't take the old knitting auntie's advice. I saw your blocking photo. I did see your blocking photograph. Don't publish it anywhere else because I didn't see that top line of that shawl nice and straight. I saw it a bit crooked and wonky donkey.
It was.
So I was a
'cause
bit
admittedly I got
worried.
lazy with blocking.
You got lazy with
I
blocking.
did because I was using blocking wires, and because
They're even easier.
Well, see, I was doing this about like 15 minutes before I had to leave for work, which
Oh, that's the excuse. Okay.
I mean, I did. And
Okay.
so I was like, you know what? Yeah, so I got like most of the way through on both sides. I'm like, I don't have time to pin out the rest. And the thing is that like I need to get more blocking mats because I have a set of 9. But for certain things like shawls,
always
they need to be
more.
more. So I need to order more anyway. But
Either that or get thick yoga mats because they're made of the same material.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, or kids
you don't
play
have
mats.
to put them together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kids play mats. I mean, I admit I've done some pretty experimental things with mats across the top of tables, going off over to the top of chairs, trying to find a cupboard or a pile of books the right height because they just some of my shawls are really huge and they go off the edge of the table. And speaking of Blocked magazine too, in my Murder Knits bag,
yay!
which I love actually.
Now, right?
No longer available. That's a collector's
A
item
vintage
now,
piece, collector's item. It's covered in cat hair. Sorry about that. I keep washing it. I need to depill it and de-cat hair it. I've got these 2 beautiful yarns, which I really. Once you see Blocked magazine, I'm not going to tell you what I'm making, but when you see Blocked magazine and the pattern review that I've done, I have decided, and you'll think that I'm very clever, to use these 2 contrasting colours for the next one. So don't know what I'm talking about. That's okay. I'm going to use this purple with the speckles of tweed. Oh, cat hair everywhere. It's not in a plastic bag because I took it out to have a look at it. So that one's got flecks of blue and green and cream and purple in it. And then this one's got specks of green and yellow and green and yellow pretty much. So when you have a look at Blocked magazine, when's that coming out? Soon? Is it next week?
Next
weekend?
November 1st.
Oh, a couple more weeks. Sorry about that teaser then. A couple more weeks when that comes out. The pattern that I've reviewed, I've decided to do it again. I love it so much. I'm doing it again with these 2 colours. So I hope you enjoy that. And then Neil's always on my mind, isn't he? Last week when we were knitting, I was knitting a lace hat. Sorry, the light's not very good. I actually have a huge storm coming and I parked away from the tree. That's how bad I think it's going to be. So I was making a green lace hat and I was doing the rib when we were chatting this week on Sunday. I remembered what Neil said about green hats. So I threw another colour in there, just a bit of scrap of hedgehog fibres, single ply, so just a single ply lace hat. So it's really cute. And yeah, thanks to Neil, it's a colourful hat now with a band of colour because I didn't want to have an all green hat for him to rag on me about. Anyway, let's cheers to Neil. Oh gosh, cheers to Neil, everybody. Cheers to Neil. He couldn't make it. Don't know what he's doing. Probably knitting.
Probably.
Cheers to Neil. Thanks, Therese. Therese is cheering to Neil. Well, I bought a book recommended by Neil this week. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. It's a Jesus book. Neil recommended it to me to read it. Shall I tell you? Oh, sorry, Therese. Shall I tell you what it's called? It's called The Good Man Jesus and the Scoundrel Christ. the Sunday Age say it's electrifying. It's by Philip Pullman. And I'm going to read this Jesus book. Thanks, Neil.
Isn't Philip Pullman the one who wrote the one of the animated one, or he wrote a whole children's series, I think.
Oh, did he?
It's the same guy.
Well, it's got excellent reviews here from all the reviewers who obviously got a copy of this book to read before it came out.
His Dark Materials.
Fairy tales. He does fairy tales. Sally Lockhart books and Dark Materials. He's quite a prolific writer. Puss in Boots. Okay, so I don't know what I'm in for. I haven't even looked through it yet. Just arrived yesterday. Thank you, Amazon. But now I'm reading about Jesus. Dear Lord. Okay, so that was, I wanted to mention that in case Neil was here or if he's listening. I took his advice. I rarely do. Anyway, what are you girls knitting on since then last?
Therese, what are you doing?
Oh, hang on. Let me finish this row.
Okay, I'll have another drink. Hang on.
Yes, have a little sip.
Tabitha, what are you doing while Therese finishes her rows up?
I am in between shit. So
In between what?
Shit. I don't know what I want to work on. So I don't know. My knitting life is a mess right now.
I'd get
I want to start. I found a pattern. I want to make the mama vertebrae for the Knit Night Goodwill. In my
Oh, yeah.
Because you can show your boobs off in it. In my gingerbread man, pushing yarns.
Most people do wear a shirt underneath it, Tabitha.
Well, that's debatable.
And have you got enough of that wool?
Well, I do, but I have a question. In the pattern, it says the only measurement that you base your size off, you do it immediately under your armpit.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Right here.
That's because it's not. It doesn't go across very much. That's why. I just did more increases on the first edge to make it slant more forward.
Because I'm thinking,
otherwise
a standard at the tip of your, wherever your peak is on your boobs, that's where you want to measure. And so I'm like, do I really measure right here, right under the armpit?
A lot of the ones that aren't intended to be closed cardigans, I've seen will do it under the armpit.
Because it's just got to cover your back and get to that arm seam there. That's what it wants to know, where that seam is.
Yeah, she considers it a shrug, is what it originally, I think she called it a shrug. So it wasn't intended to really fit across the boobs. But you can do increases. I think it's increase 8 every round. But you could do the increase on the edge too, and that'll make it come more across if you want.
Well, I don't really care about markings. I'm just confused. How they wrote that was like, it wasn't like at the very top of the armpit or like halfway down or like the bust.
It's right underneath there.
Good. So
what I'm doing now is the same. It's from right underneath there.
I finished my Murder Knit shawl for Neil for his thing that he's doing, and I've got to block it and weave in my ends and take my photo with it, and then I don't know, I've just been in a shit funk. I just don't want to do anything.
It's a nice color. What yarn is that you've knit that in?
This is Traditha by Chicken Lady. It's like a camo.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. Okay.
It's so Tabitha.
Yeah. But for tonight, because I didn't know what to do and I didn't want to think, I'm just working on my Chicken Lady Fiber Arts Birth Flower of the Month Jelly Roll Blanket.
Oh, it's amazing. It's all your fault. I'm enjoying my Jelly Roll scarf so much. It's addictive, right? And then I get a little bit frustrated when it doesn't seem to grow as fast in some parts. And I'm like, oh, when's this colour going to end? So I've used heaps of scraps, but you're using minis. How far are you using the traditional 20 stitch or have you done more?
I'm doing 2, 4, 6, 20 stitch.
Yeah, show me how wide, wait, and how far do you get with a mini? Show me a length. Sorry. Oh, heaps. Yeah, that looks great.
It'll be almost as long as my queen size bed on one strip, which I was really surprised how long it went because it's only 6 minis at 45 yard, 20 grams equal weight minis. It won't be very wide, but I think it'd make a good lap throw.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
But
is it DK weight?
Yes.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, that looks good.
You could always, if you wanted to make it wider, just make it the center panel and do a neutral on either side too.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm over this already. I'm only on February.
Oh, I love it. I was going to do 3 rows. Now I'm on to 5. I was only going to do 3.
I love the pattern. I'm just so, I don't know, when you get so overwhelmed with all your projects and all your knitting stash and you're just like, fuck it all. That's where I am today.
Well, I frogged this week. I frogged that sweater that I started for Charlotte, the crop sweater. I frogged that. I was just like, no, I want to do the knitting cowl. I want to do a sweater and I want to work on this. And then I started your knickers. You'll be happy to know. I started on your knickers and I decided to go with the silk merino. Now, this is the beginning of your front bit, your front gusset there. Look at the colours. Look at that. I'm doing your gusset first before I do the tricky bit.
You might want to make it a little wider. I've had 4 kids.
Excuse me, that is quite a wide gusset. Look, it goes. That's a pretty wide gusset. Excuse me. I actually, tried to look down there and go, hang on, is this right? Yeah, it's right. So I've started on your knickers. And then Anne Pinkerville was saying she wanted to do knickers. So maybe next year we can do, I know you won't do it because it's knit and purl. And it's tiny, tiny lace. But you know what? It's really a nice, it's a really nice feeling actually knitting for someone and putting thoughts into every stitch for their privates.
What kind of thoughts?
Private thoughts.
That's pretty. Hedgehog Fibers Silk Merino. 50% silk, 50% merino. It's lacy lace. I decided just to go with the lace. I just thought this is the second smallest size needle in the pattern. And I realised, I finally had a glance at the pattern, there's sort of no shaping. The shaping is done with different size needles. So we start off with the fat needles on the bottom and then it works its way up to the smaller needles. So sidebar, I'm working on Tabitha's knickers. She's a real trad wife now with homemade knickers. So, yeah, I started working on that.
Tab.
It's going to be something. It's going to be, as long as Tom doesn't tear them off, we'll be all good. Be like, no, Joe made these for me. Leave them alone. Anyway, so I've started on those. No comment. I started on those and hoping to get those done by Christmas for you. And so you're going to do the vertebrae as a sweater for the challenge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a really pretty green dress, but I think it'd be pretty to wear at Christmas time at church.
It's a super simple pattern.
Yeah. Nice.
I've done it a couple times.
I have never seen it. I've never seen it on an adult, only baby versions.
I made it for Riley.
Cool.
Years ago.
And what else, Tabs? You said you're a bit overwhelmed. So what other projects have you been doing, or what other things did you not frog?
Well, I've got that piece for that museum that I don't want to finish. And I don't know, I've got so much to do, and I'm just like, don't want to do anything. So
I hear you.
I just want to read books and lay around and eat sunflower seeds, and that's it. I don't want to do anything.
Sounds like a plan. Therese, what are you working on?
Well, I have a faux.
I'm pretty sure it's not knickers.
No, it will not be knickers. I finished my second sock. I can't find my sock blockers still. They're in the.
I love those colors together.
Room of Doom. Hey, that matched. And so now I started another pair of socks because I don't know what I want to make, so I'm just making socks in the meantime until I figure it out. So I started these. I don't know if you can tell the color.
Oh, those are pretty.
Got it away.
Is that Opal or Regia?
No, actually, it's funny because the last 2 pairs I did were Regia and Saki's, that real grippy yarn. And this is it's from Hobby Lobby, but it's superwash merino, and it feels like you're knitting with butter after those. Ooh. It's so soft.
Oh, yeah.
The toes, the heels and toes are Peyton's Croy, whatever, Croy.
Peyton's Croy.
Peyton's, Patton's, whatever.
Do you know, I looked them up on Amazon after you told me that you could get the Regia from Amazon. And, you know, in Australian dollars, the cheapest one was 39 something. It was pretty ordinary looking. And I scrolled through thinking, oh, come on, there'll be a bargain here somewhere. But there wasn't. So I gave that the big flick and bought myself my dream luggage 14-inch roller set telescopic handle under seat carry-on luggage instead. I decided to buy one of those instead.
Yeah, that's what I do. When I don't buy yarn, I buy luggage.
I bought luggage instead. I've been coveting it. We had the big Prime deal days, which ended yesterday here for us. No Regia for me. No Peyton's Croy.
Joe, I don't know if you can order from Hobby, but they sell Regia.
Okay. Now, how did your Zalba ball sock go? Did you actually keep that in case you have 1 foot one day, or did you toss them?
It's sitting over there.
And what I needed to ask you, because I went to look through Zalba balls, do you like Zalba ball crazy 4-ply, or do you like the Zalba ball Stark 6?
I don't know. I have no idea. Don't send me a Zalba ball. I'm fine. I don't need Zalba ball. I'm just. Are you
sure?
I'm just mad because there's holes in that.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I've got plenty to share. Have a look. Maybe I can change your mind.
Joe,
maybe
Bob,
I can change your mind. Hang on. Yeah.
This is an adult wearing the mama vertebrae.
Oh, Tabitha, that won't go over your armpits. You need to knit up a size. That's really tiny. It doesn't. It just sits.
Yeah, it's just like it's just a little. It's just a little shrug thing.
Does that not slip off your shoulders? That would fall off my shoulders. I'd have to be walking all hunched over to keep it on.
It's more like a shrug.
Now, Therese, you know your socks, weren't they red and blue and grey with a hint of orange?
They were red and, grey and maybe green and...
Oh, not blue?
No, there
like
wasn't.
This one?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought I'd found the exact one.
Darker colors. That's pretty.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, this is Stark Sick. It's a little bit plumper. It still looks like a 4-ply, but it's a little bit plumpier.
I don't know which one mine was.
Because the 4-ply is quite thin. Go and grab that sock and tell me. Oh, you're going to have a look online? Tell me which one you got? Okay, thanks. Then I can go visit my yarn store.
Morgan, what have you been up to besides finishing off your lovely shawl?
So I also, excuse the hat hair. Oh Lord. So
dear Lord.
This lovely hat by Liz. Actually, let me go like this. You can see the lace a little bit better.
Oh, is it lace?
Yeah,
it's lace.
There's some lace in there. It's kind of hard to tell. I think just with how crappy
the color it is.
But Yeah. So yeah, and this is the pumpkin pie colorway from Lynn of Chicken Lady Fiber.
It's
Lynn. When you said Lynn, then I'm thinking, who's this new dyer? I don't know.
No, I was just having a brain fart for a moment, and then I was like,
it's an older pattern. It's an older pattern that I designed with Tina, and originally it was inspired by her Charlie Daniels colorway, but I don't have any more of that, and I asked Morgan if she would knit one, and I'm re-releasing the pattern since Charlie Daniels was a good old North Carolina boy. All the proceeds are going to go to Samaritan's Purse for the hurricane relief. So I'm going to re-release that next week once I get pictures from Morgan. So,
which Matt is hopefully going to help me with tomorrow. Provided, although I heard tomorrow it's supposed to rain here, so I'm like, oh, good. So I gotta talk to him and see what time we're gonna go and do this. But then, so I also picked.
Linny's there. Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, thank you. I love this color. It's so pretty, so fall too.
Nice.
And then, so I got caught up with active projects.
Shh! Don't tell Neil.
It's too late. Neil already sent me a message on Telegram. Although, granted, I had asked him to, so that, But anyway, I dug out an old whip. This is... It's kind of hard to tell, but this
what is that?
It's the Anthology Throw by...
Yes! Is that Helen Stewart? Is that Helen Stewart?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I started this back in 22, and I put because I was
vintage
on lots of things, and I didn't finish anything. So I'm like, all right, time to start working on it again. So
the colors are amazing.
A lot of these are 3 by the Sea designs. They're these I think were their fall ones that they did, and then these brighter ones were like their Christmas set from about two years ago. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. It's just Joe keeps holding up her gusset, and
I've got to make sure it's perfect. The bit between the legs that everyone might see, it's got to be perfect.
Tabitha, she's expecting your pictures to be a little bit more explicit than I think you might want.
It requires shaving, Joe, and I don't shave, so in case anybody wanted to know. We are full bush here in Oregon.
Well, Neil's not here to embarrass, so.
That's all right. Wow, so funny. How much further have you got to go? How much more yarn have you got allocated to that project, Morgie?
Oh, another, hold on, I gotta count because I forget now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more.
I hope it is.
8 more minis.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, that'll go fast.
Less than 2 chains, yeah.
So
home run, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just past.
Is it Helen Stewart? I feel bad. Oh, yeah, I would feel bad if I've just.
Yes, Helen Stewart.
Can you tell me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have Tourette's as far as, guessing designers and yarn. And like Callum last week, I really, how did I pick that name out of the top of my head?
I'm glad you knew because I forgot. But
he's lovely. I adore him. Yeah, he's lovely. He's not Neil's friend. He's my friend. Yeah, haven't seen him for years. It's my friend. Callum, how you going, mate? That's amazing. And so, the sweater knit along. What's? Am I missing something? Are you missing?
It is from now until January 7th, and it's
so Morgan. What was your sweater
or any other? Morgan hasn't started one, and we're not going to force her.
Hang on, I'm just checking.
My plan.
Yeah, what's the plan?
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do. I had at one point started the "What's This" sweater by. Oh, I don't remember.
That girl sits and knits. Megan.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Go, Tabitha. Tag team, Tabitha. Woo!
I know. In for the save.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna cast that on at some point. I tried doing it at one point, and I think I forget if I somehow miscounted or how I ended up screwing it up, but then I ended up just ripping it out. So see, Joe, I can rip things out. I have ripped things out. It's just
for shits and giggles. Well, for shits and giggles, I ripped out Charlie's arms that I had done because I missed an increase on the very, very first lot of increases. And I went, you know what? Nobody will know except me. Oh, I could bodge it. I could just add a stitch. No, I ripped it out and went, you know what? No, just no. Didn't feel like redoing it. Oh, your gusset's looking great. Actually, I better stop. I don't want to do too many rows, and I can't count them because they make me go blind. I'll show you what else I'm knitting on.
That's the one Morgan's. Let me make it bigger.
Oh, have you got a photo of it so I can imagine what it might actually look like? Oh, they're big. They're big things on your chest.
It's Jack Skellington from
Nightmare Before Christmas.
They're big things on your chest, Morgie. That's going to happen. Good choice, Morgan. Okay. So I started. Started a little something. Something colour. I started a little. Oh, get out of the way. No, it's remember at the and this is why I thought I need to do this. Remember at the beginning of the year? At the beginning of the year when I said, hey, I've got some baby shit mustard brown, no, it's really called foxtail, from Skeins in New Zealand, and I'm going to make a colourwork sweater. Remember me?
Yeah.
I'm going to make this colourwork sweater, said I. I think that was January. And here we are, heading towards the end of the year already. Where did the time go? Where's the photograph so I don't get in trouble for showing patterns? This beautiful sweater. Oh, here we go. Finally found it. Now I've messed up all my pages. Folk City Fibre Studio. This is the Mariana. This lovely one.
Ooh, pretty.
Exactly. And that's what you all said at the beginning of the year. I personally was a bit worried about this neckline. It looks quite boaty and not nice round crew neck. And I'm a bit worried about that because I don't particularly like that. And at the back, it's got short rows, but when you look at the back picture, it's quite low at the back. Maybe that was just for the photograph to show the pattern off, show the colourwork off. And then when I went to actually haven't read the pattern all year. When I finally went to read the pattern, I went, oh, no, it's only 100 plus 100 odd stitches to the neckline. It's going to be a lovely neckline. But boom, straight away off the neckline, you are doing some short rows at the back, just a couple, and then you're doing big-ass increases. So, yeah, it does sort of stretch this lovely neck right out like that. It was nice. It was sitting up like this, and I thought, oh, what was I worried about? But it does. It increases severely. Actually, it's probably easy to show you the back because it's got a bit of length there. So there's some of the colour work there, and it's just a flower, repetitive all the way around. So I started that this week for my sweater, for our Goodwill knit-along, Christmas Goodwill knit-along, the Mariana. So I can look like Pollyanna traipsing through the garden in winter. So now I've got to get all my stuff back together here.
I had to start mine over because, you know.
Oh, you too?
Well, because I didn't read the gauge right, and I did swatch, and I got gauge, but it wasn't the gauge it was supposed to be by like over a stitch and a half. So I started it over, and I'm almost got a couple more inches, and then I'll be done with the yoke, and then I can split for the sleeves. And then and then the sleeves are going to be in the fun colorway, and then fade back to the red on the bottom, and then I'll fade them back to the red on the bottom for the cuffs, and then the rest will be all red. So that's my plan. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 7 hats I have to knit before Christmas.
Oh, only 7.
Yeah, because it was going to be 5, but then my son, he works with a very nice lady who he used to work with in his old job. She got him this job, and she's like his work mom for like the last 4 years or 5 years almost since she's known him. And I made her a hat and cow one year for Christmas. And she asked if I could make her and her daughter a hat this year. So she's knit worthy.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to do that for them. And then my son and daughter and my son's roommates are all getting hats for them for Christmas. So, because they asked.
Nice.
So.
Oh, you know that drawing sweater I was considering making, the one with the flowers at the top, looks like Marc Jacobs perfume bottle. I got home and I did get the yarn out to do that one. And then I realised it's not only row by row, you have to read every damn row for pages, charts. So sleeves, yoke, body charts, it's all charts that you got to put together for the right sleeve, the body, the left sleeve and the back. I must have thrown the charts out. I printed the whole thing out and perhaps I thought, I don't do charts. I'll just, because I could see all this writing thinking it was written pattern. It's not a written pattern. The written pattern is just, sleeve, this many stitches, chart A, body, chart B, others. I must have thrown it out.
I bought that pattern and you don't know that until you get it. And then you're like,
Well, I'm sure I printed it all out with the charts and then thought, I'll have to find it. I don't know where the file is. I'll have to find it. And then I thought, sorry?
Who was the designer?
A Japanese lady.
Oh.
So that's not a sweater that you can knit and watch TV or chat to the girls on Knit Night podcast. You have to read every damn row.
What's it called?
Thank you. Drawing sweater. And I got the English version, like there's different versions, and I printed it out. I don't know where the file is. You know how I broke my phone this year? I'm wondering if I had it on that one and I didn't transfer, because I didn't transfer all the files.
Where did you buy it from?
Online.
From her website or?
I've had it all year, sitting there in the plastic sleeve.
But you might be able to go back to the website and just re-download it if you've already purchased it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just looked at it and went, every single line I have to read the instructions. That is not my kind of sweater.
Yeah.
Oh, that
because I'm
one?
like, I get distracted too.
It's pretty.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Yeah.
I have the yarn, I have the pattern. I just all those charts.
Have you read? Yeah, did you read it? Because that's it. I print things off and I don't read them till I'm sitting down with the yarn in front of me.
Yeah.
And I read it and went, I had my feet up. I'd been down in the wool warehouse for hours. I found the right yarns. I had all the needles. Put my feet up and went, are you shitting me? I started reading. I actually cast on the neck. And then I looked further down and I went, hang on, this doesn't say anything about the colour work.
Nope.
It says chart A, chart B, chart 1, chart 2, chart 3, chart 8.
Can you just tape them together like a sewing pattern and then just follow one big one?
No, thank you. Liz, honestly, it's a nightmare pattern. So no, I'm not going to do it. I'd rather do the Mariana, which has a big ass chart, lovely large print. And after I do the yoke, then it's all knitting. So it's all stocking stitch. So I'm happier with that. I'll do that. Cheers to that. Thanks for your help though.
Adam's in the house.
Adam.
Yo, Adam. Adam, I'm nuts for you, baby. Like my squirrel.
I could use a whiskey
even did
now
my
too.
top button up. I even did my top button up so you could see my squirrels peeking out of my sweater. Wow. So that was the end of the drawing sweater. It's a pretty sweater, but it's a heck of a lot of knitting instructions that I don't want to read while I'm knitting. Like, glance over, yes, but read everything like that? No, thank you.
She has a lot
every
of
single line. Yeah.
But they're probably all like that.
Well, Joe, just get Neil to rewrite it for you. Tabitha does.
Oh, speaking of Neil, I decided to.
Send him a picture thing, and he'll rewrite the pattern for you.
Well, I don't have the chart, so
since you're not here, Neil, we can promise that you'll do these things. If you were here, you could say no, but since you're not, you have to say yes. That's the rule.
I think he likes making those charts, though.
He does like making the charts.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I like buying knitting books and stuff, and I often have doubles and triples. I said the wrong thing. Of course I did. Vogue Knitting, I said 20th issue. It wasn't. It's a silver anniversary, so it's 25th year. This one, I've got this one at home, right, and I quite like it, and I really love the patterns in it. I think I've spoken about it before because, look at this, tabs. How cool is that with the cables? Oh, I just spilt my drink all over me. Oh, holy dooly, we've had a flood in the mobile office. Pina colada everywhere.
And she didn't even drink that much.
Oh, my goodness. Hang on. I've got to clean up this mess because I really spilt that whole drink everywhere.
Don't get pulled over, Joe, because your car will smell like alcohol even if you're not drinking.
Taxi! I'll be right back. Carry on. Taxi! Oh, my goodness. Drunk again. I'm kidding. I've got a towel in the back. I've got everything in the back of my mobile office, including my new luggage. Porridge, oats, sleeping bag, water, you name it. I've got it. Oh, a towel. I've got a towel. Go, Joe.
See? One should always be prepared in their mobile office.
Oh, especially when you spill your alcohol all over yourself.
On the beach.
So Tabitha, when is the Winter of Murder Cabot Code starting?
Oh, November 1st.
Okay.
My big elbow.
End of February.
I got all the bookmarked Murder She Wrote ready to start, so I can start watching. And then
I know it's on Peacock right now, but if you don't pay for any streaming services like me, there's a live channel on Roku and Freebie, so you can watch it there for free.
Oh, you're right. My car smells like alcohol now. Woo! Hey. Oh, did you see what I found in the back? Funny things just pop up all the time. See this one? Tell me you've seen these in your life. There's a whole series of them. No. Jean Greenhouse. No, this is toys. Have you not seen it? Have you not seen her stuff?
No.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Joe, Adam says to watch out for 5-0.
Look, are you kidding me? We have to do a whole episode on this lady. Are you kidding? You haven't seen these kids' toys that she makes?
No.
Greenhouse, look her up. Jean, Jean, Green, like the colour that you're not supposed to wear solid on your head in a hat. How, Howe. Oh my God, she knits all one word. No, she knits all these figures. There's Christmas, there's Santa, kind of looks like Neil. There's ladies, there's families, there's gardening ones. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Revelation. Oh my goodness, you don't know Jean's stuff? No way. I would have thought that'd be a thing there for sure.
I don't really knit toys, so it's not something I ever...
Oh my gosh, she's a legend. Hang on, let me just get the alcohol off my chair. Don't mind me, just doing the housekeeping. Oh, I did a good mess of that. Have you not seen her stuff?
No.
Nope.
Wow. Yeah. I wonder if Neil would like them.
Oh, the little snowmen are cute.
Yeah, she has. Oh my goodness! Anybody want them? I can get. Oh, they're highly sought after collectible. Oh, my gate key was. Oh, lucky it fell in the container that had my gate key in it.
Look, there's a little bagpipe player.
Yeah, there's a guy in a kilt and. Oh my goodness! You don't know.
He's wearing plaid. Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. It was a big chop.
Oh, I didn't even.
Oh, Amy. Amy, what do you do when you spill your daiquiris in the car, Amy?
she's talking about my hair, Joe, and Amy doesn't spill her daiquiris. She finishes them.
Well, I just knocked mine over with my elbow.
I say that because she's allowed to drive them home from the daiquiri store in her cup holder, unlike other places around the world.
I'm honestly surprised that, like, I'm honestly surprised, for as much as we drink here in Wisconsin, that like, we don't have that.
My elbow. I was having a little sippy. It's not even lunchtime here yet. I've stuck
Can
my
I tell
car
you,
up.
Morgan?
That needs a good clean.
Morgan, when I watch the police cams and it's the DUI ones, I have to admit the people in Wisconsin are very entertaining.
Oh, they are.
They're almost as funny as they're almost as funny as the Florida ones.
Yeah. No, I'm just honestly surprised that, like, we don't have that, like that we can't get beer through, like, a drive-through or, like, anything. Like, I'm just surprised that that's not a thing here. Because you would think, that it would be, but
One needs to go in the trash. Alas, my heart is broken. That's okay. It was only half a can. That means I can crack another one. But my seat is trash. Like, I was sitting in wet. Ugh, I need silk knickers or something.
Joe, are you going to get your festive alcoholic advent again this year, like you did last year?
That company is going bankrupt.
Oh no!
But yes, into liquidation or something. They're trying all sorts of things to save themselves, and they're still selling their product. Excuse me. Excuse me. Bilson's, Bilsons. They do all the vodka flavors. I did have a look at those, but when I saw that Bock had sex on the beach, I was like, well, that could be me. Peach, liqueur, orange, and cranberry is always good for you. So, well, that was kind of lucky because half of it fell into my cup holder where my gate key was. So not too bad, but the rest of it went on my chair. So I smell like a homeless person.
Well,
no, it was my elbow knocked it over. I had it in the wrong spot. So what I'll do is crack the next one and put it in the actual cup holder instead of just on the console. That my big elbow. I can't believe you don't know Jean Greenhouse knitting patterns. I'm shocked.
Adam has a question for you, Joe.
Do you have a mobile dunny in the car, Joe? No, but I have toilet paper. Have you ever, done it on the side of the road, Adam? I was listening to somebody yesterday talk about prepping and preparedness in Western North Carolina, and she said she'd been on the side of the road at least 34 to 40 times in her lifetime, and I thought, wow, that's a lot.
Haven't been that many.
Oh, that's so good. Thanks, guys. I'll just pop that in my cup holder where it should have been in the first instance. Okay, let's keep partying. Where's my nuts gone? I need my nuts.
So Tabitha's starting her Winter of Murder.
Yep.
Watch Murder She Wrote, or Tabitha's podcast, and make something. I think that's basically the rules.
Yeah, I don't care what it is.
And you can double dip in ours. And I believe PIK may be doing something, but they haven't announced what it is yet, so I'm not positive. But Anne said double dipping is fine.
For Tabitha's, I have to take a photo of my knitting and a photo of what I'm watching. Is that correct?
Like the Summer of Murder.
Or your podcast?
Yes.
Speaking of our knit along, there will be some unique prizes, courtesy of Miss Jo Bob, who made them for us.
I did. In a sweatshop by candlelight.
She made us some hats. They're embroidered with Knit Night. And she also made a couple of these lovely Knit Night tote bags.
Look at them, hand stitched. Everyone with love from me to you.
So there will be a couple of these given away in our giveaway, and some other prizes too.
How do you win the giveaway for yours?
whoever, random.
I'm gonna make it up.
It's gonna be random, but also if you go all in on the Christmas theme, you get extra points. I don't know. It's gonna be random.
Points? Who's collecting the points? You're gonna do that? I just say
no.
You know what?
I'm just gonna random number from the post on Instagram. Like
you are
the tag. Do you want them to tag Knit Night or use the hashtag?
Tag Knit Night or use the hashtag Knit Night Goodwill Christmas Goodwill sweater.
Wow.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Hashtag.
We have a hashtag. Knit Night has a hashtag.
Just hashtag Knit Night.
Yeah.
It's until January 7th because our Orthodox friends don't celebrate Christmas till then. So, Amy, I don't think we need a fancy spreadsheet, but we will let you know. Maybe you need to save up and make a spreadsheet for Tabitha or Amy, or Anne. Because I know Anne appreciated the one you did for Shark Week. And also Amy mentioned earlier that we raised over $500 in the super thanks during the Half Blanket Marathon.
Well done.
And I believe she said they didn't lose a single baby in September.
Nope, not one.
Wow.
So
and
that's
the baby
amazing.
we were knitting for, or the one that we were doing fundraising for, she chose life.
Yay.
Yes.
Yep.
And all their other moms did too. So that's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, and of course she used backup paper, Amy. You know how Anne is.
I still haven't
Orthodox or strange. I haven't either. It hurts my hands, so I'm gonna gradually finish it. I don't ever use yarn that thick, and trying to do it really fast hurt my hands. Aw, so that's nice, Adam.
As I was saying, sidebar. Oh, lovely. As I was saying before, I knocked everything over, and my mobile office went to hell. This is the 25th anniversary magazine, and it's got some of my favourite patterns in it, like really pretty, really doable patterns in it. And I've already got a copy, but when I just went across the road to the secondhand bookstore, it was over there last week, and I thought, I've already got them. And it was still over there this week with some of my other favourite issues from 2003, 2004, 2003. So I picked them up. And 2002, this is a good one. Vogue Knitting 2002. So all this vintage stuff that has really great patterns that are still highly wearable today. I bought these magazines, so I figured I'd buy them and just send them to Neil.
Oh, that's
what do
nice.
You think? Do you think he'll like them? This one's a bit tattered on the front corner there, but, it's vintage.
Exactly.
It's vintage.
2002 is vintage.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, my shoes that I've got on today, my Doc Martens, Mary Jane's, they're 1990. They are rare vintage, according to the internet. Rare vintage. I'm wearing 34-year-old shoes, and they're rare vintage. Rare.
You're right, Chicken Lady. Knitting on the cover and on the inside.
I mean, look at this. How cool is this? How cool is that design?
I find it really funny.
Simple color work.
I find it funny that Vogue Knitting had the former first lady, and yet they haven't done follow-up issues with her, or nothing. Just that one.
Actually,
cover.
This is nice. This is Brandon Mabley. It's just a nice style, like the shape of the neck and the body, and then a bit of simple color work. Brandon Mabley.
That is pretty.
Back in 2002. It's really, really nice. If you like, Tabitha likes cables. Look at that one.
I do. That's a nice one.
Look at that one. How easy. How nice.
You're right, Adam. Choose life.
Tully. Do you want me to send them to you first, Tabitha? I'll send them to you first.
Let's take a picture of it and email it to me.
Yeah, because if you send her the magazine, Paisley will see it and want her to knit everything in it. So
some of these old patterns are fantastic. And they're still like, still modern everything's coming around. circling back, like that hem on that horrible shawl or the horrible hem on the beautiful shawl that Morgan made. It just keeps coming back around.
So Morgan, what are you doing this weekend? You have any excitement besides photographing my hat?
Yeah, photographing the hat, photographing my ugly cat shawl, because that's going to be my, should stop myself before I go too far with that. For a special project, for a special thing, I got to take photographs with it. And then...
All these special things happening.
I know. Special surprise. And then my youngest brother, he has a football playoff game tomorrow night. So Matt and I are gonna go to that. And it was so funny. So my youngest brother is now 13, and he kind of accidentally met Matt. A little while ago. He wasn't initially supposed to be over at my mom's, but he ended up coming over. And this was when the first assassination attempt on Donald Trump had happened that day. And Aaron is very that's my youngest brother. He's very his sense of humor is kind of odd sometimes, but he's very like he can be a bit loud and kind of just a lot at times, but so we hear a knock on the door, and my mom opens the door. He comes like racing in, and he's like, "Did you guys hear that Donald Trump got shot at?" And he was like, and he was like, just like talking really fast, and then he didn't know Matt was gonna be there, so all of a sudden he looked at Matt and he goes, "Oh, hi."
Who are you? Not who are you? Yeah.
Yeah. So we were like, "Oh, hey, Aaron." And then it was just funny, like after Matt had left, Aaron came out of his room and he goes, "I really want to have some bro time with Matt." And I'm like, what does that mean? I'm like,
Joe,
what does bro time mean? And he's like,
yeah, bro time.
Do I want to ask what that means, Adam? Do I want what?
A kookaburra.
No, kookaburras are little bitty.
No, they're not little bitty
animals. Well, they're
big
Australian
birds.
animals.
Oh.
A kookaburra is a big bird that laughs and mimics, but they laugh.
There's a song.
And kookaburra sits in the old gum tree.
I gotta come visit Australia. I feel like there's so many animals I'd like to see.
Think of all the spiders.
Animals that kill you. Yeah.
Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. Merry, merry king of the bush is he. Laugh, kookaburra, laugh, kookaburra gay, your life must be. There you go. That's 100-year-old nursery rhyme.
I learned that
to sing it again.
Led Girl Scouts.
They laugh, Moggy. You do a Google search, kookaburra laughing, and they ooh, and it's really loud, like really super loud. So you're walking along, minding your own business, and all of a sudden these birds are mocking you, and they all get carried away, absolutely mock you. And I'm not going to do their sound.
Happy Thanksgiving, Adam, and happy birthday to your mom. Because our Canadian friends are celebrating Thanksgiving on Monday.
Oh. Aren't you thankful for us? Awesome. Don't forget me when you're thinking about all the things you're grateful for. Oh, Thanksgiving. Goodness.
I had a girl who worked with me one time who was Orthodox Jewish. And we had this 19-year-old girl who worked with us. And she says, "Do Jewish people still celebrate Thanksgiving?" My friend's like, "It's an American holiday. It's not a religious holiday. So yes, Jewish people still celebrate Thanksgiving."
Wow. That's funny.
Amy played with a kookaburra at the zoo.
Really? Yeah, they'll take meat from your hands. They'll take.
No, they played the sound on
food.
her phone and made it laugh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they do laugh at you. The king of the bush, they are. And gay, according to the song. Gay your life must be. What else is happening? There's a designer in here that we all know too. Let me have a look in this 25th edition. I'm looking for it. Can't find it.
Any new patterns come out that people want to knit?
All of them and none of them at the same time.
What's going on with the mystery cowl? How's that going? Anybody bought that pattern? Stephen, me mate, Steve?
Nope.
Oh, I think Shauna Stitches is doing it. I have the pattern, but I haven't looked at it.
Oh, okay.
The first clue looks kind of cool because it's only 2 colors. But
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was only 2 colors.
It is. The whole thing's only 2 colors.
Gay your life must be. Only 2 colors. Oh, okay.
Which is very not Stephen Westlake, kind of. Yeah, we're thankful for Jo too. We're grateful we have her.
I'm kind of over Stephen West.
You're over him already? You're breaking up?
Yeah, well, I never finished this is my shawl from last year. I did the square, and I want to finish it because I actually like how it looks. There you go.
Oh, you can make it into a cushion. Oh, you can put that on the back of a coat. Put it on the front of a jumper and knit around it. Make your own jumper, sweater with it.
I haven't liked a whole lot of his new things that he's released. I don't know. He's gifted himself.
I have the the scarf book, the 4 scarf patterns that are smaller versions of some of the larger ones, and I might make a couple of those. But everything else is just not really wowed. I mean, I love shawlography. I would probably knit another one of those because I enjoyed that one. And I would like to see it in different colors.
Tabitha, did you knit all his socks that you had joined up to do the socks?
Absolutely not. I bought all those stupid patterns, though.
You did?
I did. I bought the book.
Oh, is it an e-book?
Yes. Well,
I hate e-books.
They would send it to you 1 month at a time.
That's what he did with the scarves. When he did it every other week with the scarves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you've got 12 sock patterns to do then, 1 each month.
I have no sock patterns to do because I haven't done them, and I don't want to do them. I just give him my money and bitch about them online.
After seeing the one Shauna Stitches did for the mystery one, I don't know that I would want to do any of his socks because they don't look like they fit right.
Don't fit right how? The heels?
Well, because she had to totally adjust the pattern to make it fit her foot, and I guess a lot of other people did too. So.
Yeah, I still have that square from that mystery shawl, and I keep telling myself okay, I want to finish it, but at the same time, it's like I think about picking it up, and I then just feel disgusted all over again.
Yeah, Adam,
nope, never mind.
He did design that one, Adam. Yeah, that's the one we're talking about. I have the square done too, but then I quit at that point because I was so mad that he changed it.
I just get annoyed every time I look at it, and then I'm like, well, that's probably not healthy to knit on something that I hate looking at, but I'll get there eventually.
The whole shawl is pretty.
Bottom of the totem pole.
I really like Shauna Stitches. Hers version that she did, she made it bigger. She did a couple more sections, and I thought that looked really good. She actually did it bigger than it was supposed to. What the hell did I put there?
Who else finished it? Didn't somebody else also finish it?
Tara finished it too. Tara finished it. And I don't know if I think Yo-Yo might have. Yo-Yo might have finished hers too. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, because wasn't hers like Dallas Cowboys colors or whatever or something like that?
Oh, speaking of Cowboys,
Yo-Yo's might have been.
How did the game go last week? I missed it. Who won? Steelers, surely.
No.
Deathly sight. Crickets. I hear crickets. How did the game go?
Teresa
missed it.
Therese left. So how do you think it went, Joe?
Why was the game delayed? Who died?
No, it was the lightning storm. There's pictures. Oh my God, there's pictures of all the lightning coming down over to. It was crazy. No, it was.
So Paul, was it close or did you get?
They lost at the end of the game, and it
was close.
It was stupid.
I'm so sorry, Therese.
Amongst all the people who lost their homes and stuff, I see Tampa Bay lost the roof of their stadium.
Did they really?
Yeah.
But they can afford to replace it though. The NFL has money.
Baseball. That's the baseball stadium.
Oh, was it? I thought it was the football stadium.
No, it was Tropicana Field.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, whichever.
But they still have money too, so.
Well, yeah.
I mean, if you own a stadium, you can probably afford to fix it.
So yeah, more so than people, homes.
That hurricane came in about 20 past 2. It crossed landfall. The eye crossed about 20 past 2 in the afternoon here. So I listened to Ryan Hall, y'all, from 8 a.m. in the morning through till he had no voice left and finished his podcast.
He's good.
That was incredible. The tornadoes, I'm so shocked.
Yeah, the tornadoes.
When we get a cyclone, we just get a cyclone. We don't get tornadoes and crap beforehand. That was worse than I think the hurricane was.
We've gotten a couple tornadoes come through here, and it's scary.
Imagine having a tornado rip your roof off your house or smash your house to bits and then have a hurricane on top of that. Mm-hmm. Follow through.
Yeah.
I'd be like laying out on the lawn like doing angels snow star flakes. What do you call it? Angels in the ground? What do you call it? In the snow?
Yeah. Snow angels. Snow angels.
Snow angels, that's it. Thank you. I'd be out on the grass doing snow angels saying, "Come and take me now, Jesus. This is bullshit." That's crazy.
Is that normal? Because I grew up hearing about hurricanes all the time, but I've never heard of tornadoes like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on how they.
I never have.
I think is how they form them.
But there were like 11 different tornado warnings within an hour. It was crazy. Was that because of the water and all the the crazy weather from the week before? Possibly.
It's normal.
All that water.
Yeah, well, that and
really
the air pressure.
Tornadoes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of it. I was so shocked.
Well, if you live in Tornado Alley, if you live in like the panhandle of Oklahoma and Texas, in that corner where they have Tornado Alley, they get several. Some of them get several tornadoes a day.
Wow! No, thank you. Gosh, why would you live there?
Yeah, there were 38.
That's all Wizard of Oz stuff to me. That's crazy.
And he says it's totally normal. It's in the outer bands of the storm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To get tornadoes. Devastating tornadoes. Wow, don't worry about the hurricane. Worry about the tornadoes that'll rip your house to sticks.
We've had a number of them in Michigan this year. It's wild.
We had a couple last year, which we normally don't get. We normally just get excessive heat and earthquakes as we wait for California to fall off into the ocean.
I'm just checking the storm that was coming.
I think it was back in August. The next big town.
Oh, it's gone around.
We went in to go to dinner, and I mean there was a storm and it was blowing. It was rainy and blowing, but it wasn't like hurricane, that kind of thing. And we got to the town and we had to turn because the road was blocked because there were giant trees, not like saplings, right? Giant trees in the road. So you turn down this road and you go more giant trees, and they're just ripped out of their roots onto houses, onto the roads. I mean, it was crazy.
It's scary. My brother had one go over his house.
Trees,
a marina.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, right near my house, we had a marina. Their whole roof got ripped off. And I'm like, oh, that's a little too close for me. I don't like it that close.
Amy said they had a bad tornado there for just a regular storm this year.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Therese, on Sunday night. Scary. Oh, excuse me. On Sunday night, we were talking about Patara and what a sweet lady she is. And you were like, oh, she's not hardcore or anything like that. And then, oh, my goodness, I laughed my ass off. She did a podcast. I'm losing my voice. Excuse me. After you said that she's not hardcore or anything, she was like throwing out demonic shit on her next podcast after you said that. She was going off her brain. And she said the word shit and then said, excuse me for cussing. And I was like, oh, if that's the worst you come up with, Patara, that's cool. Well, she was wild angry.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but she was so angry. She was talking about all the demonic things that were happening around and all the people who were taking claim and fame and grifting off YouTube as influencers while she's out there busting her butt, helping people, cleaning up people's, cleaning people's toilets, cleaning and helping people. And it was funny because you're like, oh, she's really sweet. She's not hardcore. Man, her next podcast was hardcore. I was like, whoa, girlfriend.
Yeah, she's pretty calm until she's not. Yeah.
She went off like a firecracker. It was funny. I was laughing so hard.
She's back.
All right.
Okay.
Internet go?
Oh, my daughter tried to call me, but she knows she can call her dad.
Doesn't she know this is your social life? They want to know who you were talking. Chicken Lady wants to know who you were talking about, Joe.
Appalachian homesteads. I was talking on Sunday night about podcasts that I've been watching, and my favorite is still the two that I mentioned, Perma Pastures Farm, which is Billy and Michelle. They live in Marshall, or they live just outside of Marshall, which was heavily hit by Hurricane Helene's flooding in the western North Carolinas. And the other one is the Aeroponic Towers with Stephanie, that I've been watching her channel. She's lovely, and I've been watching her through the week while I've been at work too. And then Therese recommended Appalachian Homesteads, which is Patara. And that's funny because I had just watched her that morning on Sunday morning, and she was sat in her car because the turkeys were too loud. So her car is her mobile office too. And I was like, oh, I feel some sort of kinship with you. And, it was just funny that Therese had said she's sweet. And, and then the next podcast she did, she was like throwing out all this demonic stuff and really going off her brain without cussing. When the hardest word she said was shit. And as soon as she said shit, she apologized for it. And I'm like, girl, fucking come on down to my place.
Yeah.
So no, very, very sweet Christian people. All of these podcasts are Christian people. They've been helping and heavily involved with their local churches and the community. I mean, Perma Pastures just did a podcast where they handed out thousands of dollars to people who have been supplying food for the local community and restaurants, and who will continue to donate food. So they're helping them with money raised from YouTube donations. They're actually going out and giving them the checks and showing you that that's exactly where your money's going to. So Perma Pastures Farm, that's awesome channel. And then Aeroponic Towers with Stephanie. Really lovely people. She's got beautiful red hair. I'm watching her yesterday while I was working, thinking, girl, I need to make you a really pretty green sweater to go with that lovely red hair of yours. She's really lovely, really sweet. And she talks about all of her aeroponics, like hydroponics and aeroponics, fresh food growing that she does every single day for her family to avoid the supermarkets.
Another one that I like, she's real. Okay, here we go. She's real sweet, so we'll find out. Is Roots and Refuge Farm.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
It's very
I've
good.
come across that one. Yep.
They do for
Really
sure.
nice
Adam.
people going through really tough times right now. But they're very authentic people. They're not there just because they're influencers. They're there to share their knowledge with you, to help people. They're really sweet. Unlike us, I mean, we try to give our knowledge, share our knowledge with Morgan. She ignores it. Now she's got a beautiful colourwork shawl, intricate colourwork shawl with a really crappy floppy hem. There you go, seven stitch high cord hem. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's truth, Morgie. It's the truth. I love Morgan dearly, and I'm going to criticise her hem. Her knitting skills are second to none. Her colour work is stunning, even though she didn't block that shawl correctly. I saw the top line of it. It was off on like 15 degrees on one side. She'll get better as she grows older and has more patience and makes more time.
Yeah.
Makes more time for her.
Before work to block something.
Nobody blocks a shawl 15 minutes before work.
Amy's got your back, Morgan.
Well, Neil said. Neil said he was going to have my back on. He's going to have my back.
That's why he didn't turn up. He didn't turn up. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows. He knows. I saw the photo of you blocking your shawl. I was like, yeah, go for your life, girl. Mess up that colour work. And I looked, I'm like, why is that not a straight line at the top? Why is that off by 15 degrees? We know we've got plenty of room on that hemline. It should have been straight on the top.
She says it's payback time, Morgan. Go get a spider.
Well,
I mean, blocking is a whole big production. You know you've got to have, a good hour to straighten that thing out.
I admit, I messed up there.
You have no choice. I saw the photos.
Here's the thing.
You have to admit.
She can always reblock it if she wants to.
That's right.
Really?
It's just knitting.
It's one and go. It's one and go. Come on.
Isn't that what you told me?
Just don't enter it in no county fair, okay? Because it's going to lose. No. Just don't do it. I don't want the disappointment for you.
I don't know.
That's all right.
Anyway, what's Amy? What is Amy doing in the background? Chit chatting, wah, 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 womp womp. What is she doing? Where's her podcast? Seriously, get off your ass.
She's filming on Sunday with Denise.
Oh, Sunday.
Exciting. Oh.
Well, I hope you all have squirrels. I hope you all have squirrels.
Is injured. Leave her be, and she'll have nothing to aspire to.
I'm injured.
Debbie loves Jan.
I don't know. Are you injured, or are you just emotionally injured?
See, people are making up excuses for you.
Emotionally injured.
Do you have PTSD from Sunday?
Right.
I was looking forward to showing Joe Bob my beautiful shawl.
No, I saw it. I'm disappointed.
You can still see the one by one.
Amy's here, but it's Sabbath, so she can't come on. She's busy getting ready for Sabbath.
That's all right.
Debbie, maybe you need my new book I just bought.
Oh Lord.
Oh, new old book. It's worth a bit of money, this one. I like old things. Oh, I bought a book for Anne as well too. I bought a book for Anne, and it's really hard to see. No, it's too hard to see. It's called The Dawn of Liberation. It's War Speeches by the Right Honourable Winston S. Churchill, CHMP. There you go. Churchill's speeches for Anne Pinkover. I think of you all when I go book shopping.
Bedtime reading.
I'm sure she'd appreciate that. So I've been watching this show.
Oh, Thanksgiving Day. Hang on, it's got Thanksgiving Day in it. Sorry, excuse me. I'm really rude. A speech at the Royal Albert Hall concert in celebration of American Thanksgiving, November 23rd, 1944. Would you like me to read that to you all on Thanksgiving Day? It's only
yes, please.
It's only half a page. It's only half a page.
Only if you try to sound like him.
Okay. I can't do it then. But all of Winnie's speeches, I bought that for Anne Pinkover because I know she's going to enjoy that. Okay. The Quiet American.
I started watching this show this documentary series about the Alaska Triangle, which I guess is like the Bermuda Triangle, where people disappear and odd things happen. Okay, and it started out okay, you know, planes have disappeared, whatnot, and then they get on to Bigfoot, and you know, Bigfoot and the big hairy man, and the problem is now they're talking about how Bigfoot maybe goes in and out of time portals, and that's how he disappears.
Oh, like the Loch Ness Monster.
And there's this town in Alaska, I guess, that was a cannery. They had a cannery there. They abandoned it in the 1930s because of Bigfoot in the woods. And these explorers. And can I just say, if I had known Bigfoot hunter / explorer was a career path that I could have taken as a child, my life would have been very different. Just saying. Because people get paid and get on TV to do these things. And, you know, I would have loved to have done that. They go to this abandoned town and they're trying to find Bigfoot and they see him, but shockingly the camera doesn't.
So it's like Ghost Brothers.
Yeah. And I had seen another documentary about some other people going to this town. They were the descendants of the people who used to live there. And at one point they were saying that they heard the call of Bigfoot, so they were running towards it, right? Well, on this new one, they're getting ready to leave and the guy sees something in the distance, so he does his Bigfoot call. And then suddenly through the thermal scope, he sees something running towards it. I'm thinking, wonder if they're both at the same place at the same time. And the other people hear his fake call and think it's Bigfoot and they come running down. But in reality, it's just the other Bigfoot hunters. And then they were talking about the aliens, because I guess there's a lot of aliens. And I'm beginning to think maybe Bigfoot are aliens and they're flying all the UFOs in Alaska.
Oh.
And then there was an episode about all the paranormal activity, and they were saying how there's more paranormal activity in Alaska than anywhere else in America. And I'm like, but why? There's not many people. Why are all the ghosts in Alaska? Like, do they go there on vacation after people die and just stay there? Like, why is it more paranormal there?
I will be a ghost in Alaska
anywhere else
when I die.
It was just really weird. So it got to the point where then they were talking about vortexes that planes fly through, and then they come out at a different time frame, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, let's leave the science fiction. But yeah, the Bigfoot thing was starting to annoy me because they were saying they were going through these portals, so that's how they would just suddenly disappear and reappear on other sides of the forest.
Well, isn't that what happened with Outlander?
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, Sasquatch Stargate pretty much, Adam, is what they were saying. And it just got a little bit too much. And I thought would it be funny if they got all these Bigfoot hunters and they took them to a place and they said, you know, they didn't tell them why, and they get there and they see all these signs, like the leaves are broken and they see these big footprints and they get all excited because they think there's Bigfoot. But really, previous to that, Shaq was on vacation there and he had taken his shoes off and he was just walking around barefoot. It was his footprints that they saw. And the Bigfoot hunters were going all nuts because they thought they had him, but it was really Shaq. So I just thought that would be
Canada,
funny.
it's not Bigfoot, it's Sam Squanch.
Yeah. And they
Trailer Park Boys reference.
Oh, and they also have their own Loch Ness Monster. Because every lake on the East Coast evidently has
one of those.
Yeah, it was furries. You're right, Adam.
Yeah.
I know how you don't want old ladies' advice for knitting, tips and tricks. So I was thinking, I brought a book today that I think I can highly recommend to you.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
I have that. It's from the Queen.
I think you should get a copy.
The Queen of Knitting.
Knitting Without Tears. Let me write that down.
Elizabeth Zimmerman.
I don't think I've ever cried. I've screamed and thrown things, but
I think this is a book that you should read and become an expert knitter.
All right.
For finishing your garments. Okay. Cool.
I'll go check Amazon later.
She didn't cry until Joe. Yeah, that's true.
It's a great book, full of great tips by the goat of knitting. It's easy to read. There's no small print, scary small print. Good diagrams. and you might learn a lot. Just like I'm going to learn a lot. Just like I'm going to learn a lot from my Jesus book this week.
Go.
Neil James. Why does Neil James do this to us? Why does Neil James get an atheist to read a book about Jesus? And why does he get all these ladies knitting for him? How? What's the pull? It's like one of those Guru Swami Nittler.
He's our cult leader, if you ask Craftsnerd.
Cult
that's right.
leader.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
That's because we have no independent free thought of our own. Because
never.
And
I don't know.
Ladies, I gotta get going.
Thanks for coming.
And no,
she's rushing off to look on Amazon to order that book for herself.
Yeah. I'm sure that's going to be the first.
Do it right now. Mm-hmm. Do it right now.
I gotta go grab an ice pack and lay down. I'm starting to feel a migraine coming on. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Not because of Joe.
Oh no, they're gonna have a field day with me now.
And everyone's gonna be like, nice going. You gave her a mic.
You broke Morgan.
No,
go.
With, yeah, it's been weird. Like the past month, I've been like on and off dealing with migraines, and now I'm finally gonna be getting in next month to see a neurologist. So that should be
good.
That should be fun.
So if you got a brain in there, go take care of it before it gets bad. Because if you can catch them before they get bad, sometimes you can.
Yeah, it's not bad. Okay.
Friday night mayhem.
Debbie loves yarn. Said it was the spider bite.
Another one bites the dust.
Shoot yarn.
Okay, you go and take care of yourself.
Bye, Morgan.
Have a
Feel
snooze.
better.
Bye.
Love you, Morgie.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, Morgan.
Thanks for coming. I mean, yeah, we got to see her twice. We haven't seen her in a while.
In 1 week, I know. Awesome stuff.
I know.
What's Amy doing in the background? She's running the chat.
It's Sabbath. That's why.
Okay. Therese, I saw you moderating for Kerry Smith earlier this morning when I woke up out of a groggy sleep at 6 a.m. Well done, you. Taking control of the kids. Well done. It was nice to wake up and see you.
Yeah, Neil's a recovering Catholic, something like that, Neil.
Is he?
Hear him tell it.
I have new yarn to show off if anybody cares.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Of course you do.
Is it new from your podcast?
Of course you do.
Yes. It's nobody's seen it yet.
Ooh.
Yay.
How the hell?
Chicken Lady's sending me a new colorway, but I'll have it next week. It's a Christmas colorway.
Oh, I like those.
So, for my new shawl pattern design, it'll be a seed stitch 3-color shawl. This is lavender rose and sagebrush, and I ordered Thicket, but Thicket has too much blue in it. It's still gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
So, Chicken Lady, because I need the total, not
yeah, that's horrible. That's horrible. Send it to me. That's shit. That's shit.
Anyways.
That's horrible. So, I bet you Mr. Chicken dyed that while he was chained to the sock machine. Mr. Chicken. He put too much blue in it.
Once a month,
send it to me. Send it to me. It's shit.
Joe,
send it.
They want to know if you have your own podcast.
Oh, good Lord, no! I just get together with the girls. We just hang out and knit night. Cheers, Debbie.
Need Neil to read Genesis in its entirety, dressed in godly garb.
I'm reading it from the beginning to the end. I'm going to read that funny story book you all love so much. That is beautiful yarn. So what color is the second version? So what are you going to do Thicket?
Well,
is it going to be more green, like a forest green?
Like a total dark green. And so it'll be a 3 solid colorway shawl. Seed stitch shawl.
Wow. Listen, you've got no room to just have like random seconds yarn hanging around there. Just send it to me. I'll take care of it.
Well, I am going to put it in the giveaway for the Winter of Murder. So
Winter of Murder. No, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I've already won. Won my fabulous. I've got so much yarn from Tabitha and my murder knits bags and my coffee cup. No, I don't want to take away from somebody else's opportunity to win that. That's fantastic. But and the best part of the package, Paisley's artwork.
Yes, absolutely.
Mine's
It is. I covered it. I love it.
Amy also sent us a gift card to use as a thank you. As
Oh,
a gift
lovely.
as a prize for our knit along.
For the knit
Stitch
along?
Stoppers.
Fantastic.
Yeah, for Stitch Stoppers.
Oh,
so that's nice.
We're giving it all away. I'm just sorry if you can look at my back for another minute. I'm looking for my. Where's the rest of my yarn for this one? I've got
this
plastic baggie somewhere.
Mr. Chicken. Yeah, I like that.
Chicken.
Mr.
Poor
Chicken.
Mr. Chicken.
The Christmas yarn, is she gonna sell it to other people or is it just for you, Liz?
I don't know. Lynn, are you gonna be selling that new colorway or not? It's for my free pattern that's gonna be in blocked for the next issue.
Oh wow.
You know, because I do a free pattern every year for as a thank you, and I'm putting it in blocked this year. She said, "Sure, why not, Tab?"
Okay.
Cool.
It's really pretty. It's really pretty. So.
Oh, it's not in my murder knits bag, is it?
Is it a hat pattern or a cow pattern?
Probably going to be a hat pattern.
Oh.
It's going to be a hat or cow, but probably a hat. I don't know. Might be a cow. Depends. I have the stitch pattern. I just have to decide if I want to make a hat and worry about decreases or just make a cow and not worry about decreases.
Yeah.
So, so yeah. But my other pattern should be out next week, and then I'll have one in blocked because I'm not doing his cow competition thing. I don't have the mental thing for a color work design right now.
What pattern's coming out next week?
That hat that Morgan was wearing, my Fire in the Mountain hat,
one.
and all the proceeds go to Samaritan's Purse for hurricane relief. And then
that's cool.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully people will like it and buy it, and I can send money to help people.
Cool.
I've got stitch stoppers from Amy right here. Christmas ones, since I'm doing Christmas.
That's
butter.
funny. Why would Debbie think I have my own podcast? Oh, because because Tabitha does, I guess, and Amy. And Anne.
Amy said she's going to film with Denise this weekend, which is always good because we always love a good Denise accusation
productions
stuff.
Accusations.
Love seeing what Denise is knitting and what her matching bags are.
Their production is professional. They have all sorts of editing and strange lighting and the fan. Has she got a new fan yet?
I don't know.
Amy, look, Amy. I'm knitting something really special. Look, Amy, have you got your new fan yet?
I don't know.
Nice to meet you, Debbie. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Welcome to the chaos.
I like to make new friends.
We are very chaotic here.
Judge their knitting. You can come and join us. You can come and sit here and knit with us. No problems. So, Tabs, what's happening for the rest of this week for you? I'm not going to see you now for a little while because I'm not back until the first Friday of November. Oh, Melbourne Cup's coming up, guys. Melbourne Cup again.
Oh, are we going to bet this year?
We are going to bet this year. The only time we bet, guys, once a year, Melbourne Cup, we're betting on the horses.
Amy said time to go to church things, so now you can talk mean about her, and yes, she did get a fan.
Oh, good. Okay. Quick, run away then so I can say nasty crap about you. You sure she's never spilt her daiquiri in her car?
She's never mentioned it.
Fun. Waylon is having oral surgery on Wednesday.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Hey, we've been sat here for an hour and a half and now you mention it?
Well,
are you serious?
Oh,
by the way, Oral surgery on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, tabs.
He's got a tooth that they got to pull out because he has a permanent tooth came in behind, so it's like a shark. But he's like, they have to put him under, and I'm like, okay, that seems a little excessive, but whatever.
Well, better than needles in the back of his mouth. Be easier for everybody.
Gonna have that on Wednesday, and I'm not looking forward to that.
No.
But it's funny because the people who put him under, they don't bill our insurance, and so they're like, "Oh, so $350 right away," and I'm like, "Great."
No.
Good thing for credit cards.
Shoot, mine's to its limit. I'd be no help. Wow.
He'll be good though. If it's just the one, he'll be.
I think his recovery would be better if he's relaxed too, like he's not clenched and having needles and crying. Like I'd be bawling.
He loves the dentist, and I don't want him to get scared of the dentist. So I think it's better that he goes under for it and just.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh golly! And so that's happening on Wednesday, and then you'll have him in recovery at home. He'll be miserable, tabs.
Is it impacted?
Yeah, Tom's taking. What's that?
Is it impacted? Is it sideways or anything?
What's pushed the other tooth?
The tooth is behind it.
Yeah.
And so they just got to take it out. But Tom's taking surgery day off, and then he's taking the next day off because I don't want to, if Waylon's too groggy or upset, and then I got to take everybody to school still.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to have.
They're just taking the baby tooth out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that won't be as bad. That won't be as bad.
Okay.
He'll be okay. And having Dad home for a day will make him happy.
Yeah.
So just makes it easier on me because I have to take the girls back and forth to school and all that stuff and not having to worry about him. So,
He'll be okay.
That's the only thing that we have. He's been under anesthesia before. He's had surgery before, but he was a baby. When he came out of it, it was really rough on him.
Yeah.
He had his tubes done for his ears.
Yeah, the grommet. Did he have grommets in his ears?
He had tubes put in because he had ear infections all the time.
Right.
And so they did that, but
right.
That's the only thing we have going on is just that on Wednesday. And
what about your podcasting with Neil? I hear you've been pushing him, bullying him into doing a podcast.
Has he been ignoring you on that?
Ooh, really, man, it's getting hot here.
Well,
we need some murder. Well, if not, then Tabitha, you and I can talk murder.
Well, I sent him a show, the Scamanda show. I just listened to that podcast on iTunes about that lady who faked cancer to get over $100,000, Amanda Riley. Because that was really interesting. So I sent that to him, and I'm like, hey, we could talk this one, and then tie it into that yarn dyer who said she had cancer as well. I mean, there's a whole. But I don't know if you wanted to cover the yarn dyer because Emma in the moment covered it, but wasn't there another yarn dyer who faked cancer? Was that Monkey something?
Mama Monkey. She was a pattern designer.
Right. But there was another dyer too, I thought.
Yeah, there were
Yarn Creations.
Mystical Yarn Creations.
And but I thought there were. Yeah, I knew the pattern designer, but I think there was another dyer like a few years later. But, and they think yarn is boring. It is not. We get the crazies too.
Knitting is for little old ladies.
Yeah, except they think we're the crazies.
Oh, you guys have got an election coming up so soon.
We do.
Wow.
We do.
Wow.
Yeah, did you see Kamala's husband didn't deny that he smacked around his ex-girlfriend?
No, I didn't see that.
They interviewed him. They asked him about it. He didn't deny it. He just said, "Oh, this is just a distraction right now." So,
oh, well, and that's true. It is because who cares? Like,
well,
who cares?
They've been pushing him. They've been pushing him as the ideal version of masculinity, and
Well, he is on the left side. I mean, they all love that.
Yeah.
I saw that commercial that Kerry played on her podcast this morning. Oh, that Tomsky gave her a link to the "I'm a Man" commercial from the television. Oh my gosh, I laughed and laughed. That was so funny. It is really awful. It's really cringe.
Yeah.
Pretty ironic coming from a side that didn't know what a woman was, refused to state what a woman is in a court of law, refused to state what a woman is, and now they're doing.
You had a Supreme Court justice say it.
I'm a man, and I know what a woman is. Yeah, I'm going to vote for a woman to lead the country. How did that come up after
my horse? Like, what is that about? Like
all the bullshit.
I'm not a biologist, but I know.
Yeah, right. But all that crap. I mean, how do you have someone? A lawyer? What did you say? It was a justice.
Supreme Court Justice. Ketanji Jackson, I think is her name.
Oh, her. My brother's a lawyer. I know how many years he studied at university and did a double degree. He's a smart guy. He knows what a woman is, and yet this stupid woman said that.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're backflipped on it so fast because guess what? They want to claim that they're going to have the first woman as president. Who cares? Woman, man, alien, who gives a shit? Seriously.
Well, she admitted yesterday in an interview that she wouldn't change a thing from what Biden did. So there's that.
Did he say Netanyahu was coming over to help out with the recovery?
That was Biden said that.
Biden said that?
Yeah, and then he started yelling at Trump. Mr. Trump, get a life. Help these people. It's like, dude, aren't you the one that's sitting there?
Wow.
But that was his dementia yelling at people.
It has to be. That's crazy. Why would he say that about Donald Trump? Donald Trump's not in the government at the moment. He's got no obligation to help anybody.
Yes, but he's been calling them out for not helping while he was helping. So
he has been.
Adam, sex symbol and paragon of masculinity and cheater on your wife with a nanny. But Me Too is a thing. But we don't listen to those women,
And what about the rally was the rally with Jordan Peterson and Russell Brand? Was that in New York City? Or in Washington? Where was that at? There was a rally recently and Jordan was there and Russell Brand was there.
That was Tucker Carlson.
Where was that at?
Oh, yeah, that was where Tucker was, yeah.
Tucker Carlson did, I don't know, like a 10-city tour.
Yeah. So they were touring around.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They're all
I just heard.
They're very good.
I was driving to work and I was listening to Russell Brand and driving home from work. And all of a sudden, Russell Brand's saying the Lord's Prayer. Mm-hmm. If you know Russell's history and you read his book, I was like, wow. And I'm driving home. And then the next thing I'm saying the Lord's Prayer right alongside of him. And I thought, wow, okay. Oh, I'd vote for him.
Now, Joe.
Right. And I was like, where did that come from? How the heck did I remember that from Sunday school 103 years ago? I'm like driving home saying the Lord's Prayer with Russell Brand. I wish he was in the car with me at the time. It was a good time had by all. But it's so shocking to me. It's so amazing and shocking, not as in horrific, as in I'm incredibly inspired and motivated that these people who come from different backgrounds and different beliefs and different experiences. I mean, Russell Brand was the biggest slut in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. And now he is a Christian man standing up supporting Donald Trump president and supporting this other group of people who had come together.
With Peterson and,
Mr. Kennedy,
yeah.
Mr. Kennedy,
Elon,
Elon Musk. I just can't believe these group of people who have come together because, they know they're smart people, they're intelligent people, and they know that the alternative is far, far worse. It's untenable, the alternative. And so they have all come together from their different backgrounds and their different beliefs to support this campaign. So I'm really intrigued now, and I'm really getting, really listening to a lot of what I can listen to. Mr. Kennedy's interview, was that with Tucker Carlson as well? Oh, no, Jordan Peterson. He did. Oh, he did. The one I was listening to, he did Jordan Peterson, and I hung on every word that man said, and it was just incredible, that interview. If you've never heard it, it was amazing. He was so forthcoming. He seemed to be very, very completely honest. I mean, he spoke about how he didn't really want to talk to Donald Trump until he'd talked his wife around because of his wife's family's influence. And he wanted to make sure his kids were on board with him talking to Donald Trump. So he didn't even speak to Donald until he spoke to everyone in his family who may have had an opposing view. Well, his wife, he said his wife supported him.
Yeah, sure, until she's about to divorce him for his little affair thing.
Oh, really? I know nothing. I just listen to these interviews while I'm at work. I don't know anything about that backstory, Liz. Is that a long time ago, or is that a recent thing?
No, recent. Some journalist.
It's a recent?
Yeah.
Joe, are you talking about Peterson or Kennedy? Because I think you guys are talking about two different people.
I'm talking about Kennedy.
I'm talking about Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, but Jordan Peterson and his wife, Tammy, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I was listening to them interview Tommy Robinson. I'm really loving what's getting recommended on my YouTube feed recently. Hours and hours of listening to these people who they don't seem to me to have any other agenda other than just telling their stories, you know. I could be wrong, but I didn't know Mr. Kennedy had an affair with somebody recently. No.
Well, it's not the first time, and this time it's with some journalist, and the text came out or something like that. I don't know all the details. I just know they were saying his wife stopped wearing her wedding ring. So.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad. I bet you there's one person I don't understand in your political arena, and that is Miss Hillary Clinton.
Nobody understands her.
Nothing to understand.
She's a bit strange to me. I mean, I don't have any I didn't feel any sympathy for her when her husband cheated on her. I just thought, well, you know, you're stupid, stand by your man and all that sort of thing. But she did, and she has. And I would have thought that she would be very upset about Kamala running, because wouldn't Hillary want to be the first female American president?
Totally. But
so I'm surprised that she appears to be supporting her, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to be part of Kamala's administration.
Oh, is that it? Okay, so she wants the job.
I don't think she really wants her to win. I think she's
neither do I.
You know, giving her participation just to say that, you know, she tried. I think a lot of them know how bad Kamala is, and they just, you know. You know, she's
it's been interesting. I've just found it riveting, like the friendships that have been formed from groups that have been, you know, very different in their spiritual, cultural, religious beliefs and their lifestyles. They've all come together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very interested. What happens now moving forward? Do you guys get to vote? Like, we get to vote a week beforehand. We can do an absentee vote if we're not, like, if you are working or you happen to be out of town, out of your area for that day. We're allowed to vote a week prior to our elections. Do you guys get to do that as well as the mail-in ballots?
They have early. Most states have early voting.
And when does that begin?
Usually a week or 2 weeks before. It depends on the state.
Some of them.
Oh, each state is different.
Yeah.
So you have your infamous mail-in ballots, which a lot of dead people like to vote on. And then you have your walk-in voting, and then you also can vote early. Are there any other ways you don't vote online or anything like that?
No. So they're trying to get it that way. They're really trying to push that. A lot of states have been upping their election laws and securities, trying to prevent cheating, but there's going to be some going on because people cheat.
Oh, what the heck's going to happen in Florida and Carolina and Tennessee and all these places that how the heck are they going to vote?
I heard that the GOP was making arrangements for that.
I heard that too.
Gosh, they can't get themselves to poll booths and stuff like that? Heck.
No, but they might be able to bring them to them. It depends.
Yeah.
Oh, like a census, how they take the census around house to house?
Take a van or something with the machines in them, a truck, a semi with the machines in them to areas and let them vote. They'll figure it out.
Wow. That's crazy. Crazy times.
Yeah.
Are there any more hurricanes on the way, or is that it for now?
I think there's a couple more, but they don't know if they're going to come inland or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Adam Kamala is got her position from her non-political skills. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Well, no, come on. I mean, she was a lawyer as well. I mean, you got to think about these people.
Lawyer. She was a terrible lawyer.
That's true.
If you listen to people who she used to work with when she worked for the city of San Francisco, she got promoted because she was sleeping with the mayor, and he even admitted that he gave her jobs because she was sleeping with him.
Oh, really?
He was married at the time. It went on for years.
Oh. So that's how she got her start. But she can't. I've been listening to her, and she does this word salad thing where she uses the same phrase or the same word over and over and over and over again in the same paragraph, like in the same.
I'm from a lower middle class family.
Yeah, and she
now shoots a gun. She now owns a gun, and she shoots a gun.
Yeah, except
and she's now black instead of Indian.
Well, she makes up an accent wherever she goes, wherever she thinks she.
Now, hang on. I watched when she became vice president. I'm sure I watched her on stage in her fabulous cream suit, off-white cream suit, talking about how she was a little brown girl from India. I'm sure I recall something like that.
Well,
about her saying her mum should be proud and because she's this little brown girl from India. I'm sure, from Indian origins or Jamaican Indian origins.
Lots of women who did not claim that heritage have started claiming that heritage when it's beneficial. Look at Meghan Markle. She had Caucasian down on her resume for an actor until she married Prince Harry.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, it's all about her 43% Nigerian.
Her mum's side of the family.
That is even impossible because they've traced it back, and her family weren't all enough of her family weren't from Nigeria to actually be that much Nigerian. But
I think I should start going for all the social credits. Like I'm Asian adjacent, Asian born. I'm an immigrant to this country. My forefathers were slaves, came here in chains. I think, and I want reparations, Scotland. I've missed out on this bandwagon to identifying, putting myself into little identification boxes.
Yeah.
God damn it. I've slept with a black guy, like all that sort of stuff. Maybe, I can be completely offensive. Actually, I
don't think there's a place.
There's got to be. There's got to be.
That part, Joe.
No, the reason for that comment, guys, was I've been thinking a lot about North Carolina, and I was going to marry a man from North Carolina and move there. So, and I've been there and I've visited there. So, no, that's why that's been on my mind lately. And he was a lovely black American man who was in the Marines who passed away, unfortunately, after we got engaged, before we got married. So there you go. So that's been on my mind. No, that's okay. It was a long, long time ago. And I was like, I've been looking at everybody's beautiful homes in the hillsides and the mountains at the North Carolina, thinking, oh my gosh, I would have been living there. I could have been living there, but anyway.
You probably would be living in the hollers and in the,
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. With my Louisiana catahoulas and my coon house with all the raccoons drying. Yeah, I would. I remember actually when I went to, I didn't see any bears when I was there, but when I went to visit his parents after he passed away, after my fiance passed away, they lived in the new house, and the old house next door was just, an old timber weatherboard house, and it was for the raccoons drying. They were hanging in the house.
Hey.
They called it the coon house. It was pretty funny to me. I was very naive about that kind of roadkill for dinner.
hey, you got to eat. You got to eat.
Yeah. So, needless to say, not middle class family that I was marrying into, but a very lovely family all the same. Yeah. So, no, I think, all these little identity boxes, we should start. I'm a woman. I need a T-shirt, like a pub crawl T-shirt, put all the identifiers on with boxes and tick them off. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. When my daughter was
ridiculous.
applying for college, we told her she should use her the fact that she's basically blind in one eye as
her disability,
in her essays, to say I've overcome stuff, and she refused to. She's like, because she has, but she doesn't see it that way, so she refused to. She said, like, no, I'm not gonna make myself look like a victim. Yeah, so I was really proud of her for that. But I'm like, yeah, but they love those kind of things in essays. But she still got the scholarship, so it didn't matter. But yeah. It's kind of sad.
No, you're in for very interesting times, one way or the other, whichever way this goes.
Indeed. It's going to be something.
So I've been enjoying listening to Mr. Vance as well. Mm-hmm. He's been doing town hall meetings and answering questions off the cuff, seemingly off the cuff, and they've been going really well.
He probably can. The other two can't. Neither one of them can answer something unless they're given the answers. Walt is horrible. His wife just started singing in the middle of some appearance, some school fight song from a school from another state.
Is she on Valium, perhaps, or something a little bit stronger?
I don't know. She's a character. He's like, oh, what, about the fact that you weren't in Hong Kong. Oh, well, I'm just a knucklehead. I got it wrong.
Published it in a book.
More than that, he's campaigned on it for 20 some years. Every campaign he's had has touted the fact that he was at Tiananmen Square and all this other stuff that they said he did that he's never done.
What about Candace Owens going full steam ahead on Kamala about her grandma Beryl?
I haven't watched it. I've seen what she's doing. Oh, yeah, and he's friends with school shooters, too, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a slip up twice. He said the wrong thing. I often do.
But he said it again. Okay. He said it again the next day, though, Joe.
Yeah, he said it twice. I know.
I mean, once is one thing. Twice is,
It's good comedy. It's interesting. It's good comedy.
He goes to Ann Arbor to the Michigan game and flips off the crowd because they were booing him. Like,
he did not. He did.
He did.
How professional.
Yeah, he's
seriously
college students. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, he did not.
He did.
Oh, how embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Kamala showing up in North Carolina wearing $30,000 worth of jewelry.
Yeah.
And supposedly for a photo op, she had the National Guard fill a C-17 full of hurricane supplies for a photo op that they never actually took and delivered.
Nope.
Just had them look like they were packing the plane for hurricane supplies just so she could have a photo op.
That's sad. Those people really need help.
They do, but the government is too busy helping people who shouldn't be getting the help.
$750 one-off payment for what? How do you?
It's a loan. They have to pay it back.
It's a loan. They have to pay it back.
A loan?
Yeah, the $9,000 that some states are giving out to illegals from federal money are not loans.
No, they're not. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, Stephanie on the Aeroponic Tower channel was talking about how people are so proud in her little town. Like, they're going to pitch tents. The weather is cooling down. They're not going to go and stay at other people's homes. They don't want to put people out. She's like, it's a small town mentality where you're just going to sleep in a tent wherever you can find hopefully a safe place to stay. That's it. And people are going to be doing that for a long, long time.
Unfortunately, it's a sad situation, and they're not getting the help they need.
They don't want to leave their areas. They don't want to leave what little things they have or what connections they have to the community.
Can't afford to.
But they
probably can't
they've got
afford
nothing.
They don't want what they have left to be looted. I mean, What's the
They
point
have
in having
nothing.
what's the point in having a whole department that's just for emergencies? So when these emergencies happen, they don't have any
They
money.
don't do anything.
They don't have anything. Well, these people have nothing. I watched houses just swept down the river, down the creek.
But it's okay
They have
because
nothing.
we sent money to the people in Lebanon, so they're not suffering.
$750 loan?
Yeah.
How the heck? Why the hell?
And we sent
Would you do it as a
$157 million to
loan?
Lebanon.
Yep.
Because our government
That's
sucks.
ridiculous. It's not. It should not be a loan. They haven't got jobs. They haven't got places to go to. They've got nothing.
Take their property. If they don't pay it back, they'll take your property.
Properties are washed away.
Because
That's
they want
crazy.
the stuff in the hillsides and
the minerals. The minerals.
Lithium. Yeah.
Wow.
Lithium for their electric car batteries.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. I didn't realize that. I thought they were just like gifted money to help, as we were during the bushfires. You know, a couple of $100 turned up in your bank account. That's for your drought relief and your bushfire relief. Spend it how you will. Try to get the economy back on track. They wanted us to spend money so that they could keep businesses afloat. That's crazy. Imagine the paperwork you'd have to go through for a loan. I wouldn't even have a pen to. They wouldn't even have a pen to fill out a piece of paper or a computer to go online and do that. Wow. Anyway, back to knitting. What's going on? You girls are back on the air on Monday?
Yep.
People are going to be sick of us.
No, I won't be there.
Then they get a whole week.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you'll have more of your sweater to show. Therese will have socks going gangbusters. Neil might turn up. Caro might turn up. Ames might be in for a night out. Monday night, knit night.
I'll tell you, these streams, I'm getting socks done because I started the sock today.
Yeah.
And I'm almost to the heel.
Oh.
So, well, I started it last night. I just did a little bit of the toe last night. So at least
I got
you got a mini
one and a
done?
half full sections. I got one full mini done, and I'm almost done with this one from today.
I love the color of that. It's so pretty.
Oh, I'm so glad you got time to sit down and knit with us. I've been waiting for this storm to hit. It's gone around, and now I'm dying of heat stroke. Welcome to spring.
Yeah. You're heading into your warm time, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. Actually, there's some sculptures in the garden starting in Mudgee this coming weekend, I think. David's got an entry with a drop bear. He did a metal drop bear, did a metal art sculpture of a drop bear with wings. So he has taken that over to sculptures in the garden, and people will be walking through the gardens. Last year it rained, and it rained for days. So hopefully this year it'll be a bit nicer. I'm going to get cracking on that yoke tonight for my sweater. I'd really like to get the yoke done, and then I can do plain sailing knitting whenever I pick up a knitting.
I think people in Hawaii are still living in tents after the fires there because they're still waiting to rebuild. At least it won't get cold there, but still, it's terrible.
Yeah, I can't imagine too many tourists to be having a great time in Hawaii at the moment. There's things half built, half done. Crazy.
Yeah, it's just.
Well, I think some of the other islands were okay.
Yeah, it was just Lahaina, I think that.
Aren't there other states having bushfires at the moment?
Yes.
Oregon's on fire.
Yeah, Wisconsin's on fire.
Really?
My state's probably on fire because California was on fire a month ago, but there was always fires in California that affect us.
Big bushfires happening?
Well, what happens is they don't take care of, because the environmentalists don't want them to touch the land, so they don't go in and take care of the undergrowth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And then when they set fires, they can't control it, and then it, decimates.
Right.
So if you have a dry fall and there's all those crispy leaves on the ground, building up.
Yeah.
Our problem has been arsons. People will go into the national forest where they don't log anymore, and all the forests in Oregon have been caught by arsonists. bums and tweakers go out in the national forest, BLM, where they don't do anything and they just let all the wood rot to the ground and they light it on fire and it's just a big tinderbox. And because they don't maintain it and they don't let loggers in to build roads, they have no way to get to because the government doesn't build roads, the logging companies do.
Yep.
And so there's no access to these fires and they just burn.
Yep. And then we get the air here for our air. I mean, we have bad air quality as it is, but when the fires happen, it gets so unhealthy. You're not even supposed to go outside. And we had that half the summer. It was over 110 degrees with bad air quality. So, you just stay inside and try not to breathe, basically. And,
that's terrible.
And people with lung issues, I mean, they're not even supposed to go out in it. People with asthma or COPD or anything like that can't go out for sustained periods. So, I mean, it's nothing like what's going on in other places, but it's draining because you go day after day after day and the air quality is bad. It affects you. But, the government could do things, but they won't. They won't let the loggers in. They won't, the environmentalists keep everybody out because they're lobbying to the government. And then it makes it so that people lose their homes, like in Malibu a couple of years ago when they had those massive fires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
yeah. That's right. Because people had even properties up on hills where there was nothing, and the grass fires just raced up and took their homes.
Yeah, and they can't stop them fast enough.
Yeah. So the wind just took off and their homes are gone. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, has anybody in the chat bought any socks off Mr. Chicken yet? I am very concerned about him. I'm hoping
Tara has some, I think.
Oh, she's purchased some?
I think so, yeah. She showed him on her Instagram, I think.
Oh, okay. I haven't been on Insta for a while. I'll have to go and have a look. Just concerned about him chained to the sock machine down in the basement, sweating that out, his sweatshop. Cheap socks. Go to Chicken Lady Fibre Art and have a look.
Sure.
Cheap, ready-made, handmade, sock machine-made heels and toes and calf socks.
I'm sure she lets them off, Joe. I don't think she forces them to all the time.
Oh, that's right, because they do have their afternoon nap time after church and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, Adam, we're sending Ukraine money so they can build their roads.
My goodness. But Tabitha's right. Like the government the local councils and the government don't build the roads anymore. They wait till these bigger companies who need to use the roads want to get contracts approved and they make it part of their responsibility. They do that here with the mines. They're waiting, hoping that a mine's going to get approved 300 kilometres away, and then they make them pay to upgrade the roads and widen the roads for trucks. Mm-hmm. So we're at the moment pothole heaven trying to get to work. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's horrible, and I'm thinking about going the long way just to have a road that's not going to jar my bones. Speaking about bones, I'm going to the chiropractor on Monday.
Oh, yay.
Just for the consult and the x-ray. So my first 2 appointments are free thanks to my boss's referral. He gave me the golden ticket, sweet. $220 for free for consultation, x-ray, scans, and then an appointment to discuss the results from all of that. And then I get crack-a-lacked. So I'm really looking forward to being an inch taller and being able to breathe better because my sinuses are horrible.
Yeah.
I'm really, really looking forward to it. But I've got to do these first 2 appointments.
That's good, though. How are the puppies, by the way?
Oh, my God. Travis is about... I'm not trying yet. I keep telling Millie that Travis is not staying. Oh, my gosh, Travis. I'm going to send you a photo, Tabs. He's so cute. He is huge. He's now up and running around. The golden retriever, Travis. He's up and running around.
Do you have Rottweiler puppies or those Shepherd puppies? Because the other puppy pictures you said look like Rottweiler puppies.
That's what we've been saying. How funny. Look up Australian Kelpie. They're tan and black with a tail. So they're Kelpie crossed with the golden retriever. So some of them, one of them has a cross on his chest or her chest. I don't know. But they all have this white band across their chest. It's cream like Dad. Everything else is Australian Kelpie, which is really glossy black and tan, like tan on their muzzle, tan. They have like tan eyebrows. And I said to Charlie, I was talking to her about how disgusted I am with the unplanned motherhood in my bathroom/laundry, and she said, "Mum, they look like Rottweilers. They look like Rottweilers with their Rottweilers with their buffy heads." And Kelpies have ears that go up, and of course Goldens have ears that go down. So I'm going to be very interested if we have wonky ears, one up and one down, or if they have Kelpie ears up or Golden Retriever ears down. They're outside now. They have a little pen outside. They're eating their kibble without being mushed with warm water. They are loving life, and they're quite yappy. When they're hungry, they let me know. And then little fat Travis is inside. He's a beautiful Golden Retriever. Millie keeps telling me she's keeping him. But, you know, Tabitha, pay the air flight and I'll give you a free Golden Retriever. Just pay for his flight to LA, go and pick him up from LA airport. It'll only be about $2,000, $2,500. It's the cheapest Golden Retriever you'll ever get in the world at the moment.
I was going to say, my sister-in-law, they just bought a Golden Retriever puppy, and they got it half off because it was like the last one, and they had $2,000 half off. So it would have been $4,000 for a dog.
Yep.
I'm like,
yeah, Golden Retrievers here are now $6,000 to $8,000. It doesn't matter if it's the first puppy, the only puppy, or the last puppy.
Yeah.
Well, during COVID, they went up to 11,000.
Yeah, but you can't.
They went up to 11,000. So I'm like,
stupid government.
Yeah. No. So yeah, I was thinking that the other day. I was thinking, I know some people in the US that would take him. Love him, but he would have to stay here to have his second vaccination at 10 weeks before he could fly out. He's a beautiful looking boy. He's beautifully line bred. I owned his great-great-great-grandmother and all dogs in between. Nice dog, but Millie's determined that he's her puppy, and I don't want another puppy.
How many pets does Millie have now?
Millie has 2 cows. 2 cats.
That's right, the 2 cows.
She has 2 cows, 2 cats, and a dog. And Sizzle actually plays with Travis, so it's very cute. Travis is bigger than the Dachshund. And Millie's claiming Travis. So
what about the goat?
There you go.
Doesn't she have a goat?
Rowan. Oh, yeah. She did. The goat passed away. She had a little goat who passed away. But Rowan's my goat. He's 6 years old.
I thought she got one after the one. I thought she got a new one after the other one passed away.
After the other one passed away, we were given Smith and Wesson, the 2 pygmy goats.
Right.
That's great.
And Smith and Wesson were absolute bastards. I don't know why people think getting a mini goat or a pygmy goat is a great idea. They can run and scale over 6-foot fences. And I'm talking wire mesh fences that their hooves, can't get a good grip on. So Smith and Wesson were very naughty. They were bitey goats, and we were given them by somebody else, and we promptly gave them to somebody else. So thank goodness, actually with a goat lady who breeds and sells and looks after goats, a sanctuary for goats. And we saw her not long ago, and she said, they're getting better. I mean, they've got another goat in with them in their paddock, and they play and they get on with other goats, but with humans, they're bitey. They like to bite you. So, no, pygmy goats are not fun. Mini goats are not fun. And so we got rid of Smith and Wesson. We only offered to take them because the other people were desperate to get rid of them. They had no feed for them. They were locked up. And we thought that was cruel. They can go in one of our paddocks. No, we learned very quickly that they can't go in a paddock because they just jump the fences. Every damn fence in the place they jumped. And then we put them in a pen with 6-foot fences, and they climbed those. So we had to put pieces across the top, flat pieces, so that when they ran up the fence, they head-butted the boards.
Well,
so no, goats are not good. So no, Millie's got 2 cows though, Bruce and Nip, that she has to take with her when she moves out. 2 cats, and now it looks like 2 dogs.
What about Roger?
So the little puppies.
Yeah,
Roger, I've moved. Roger's now an outdoors man. I've just moved him outside, and Roger's been inside for nearly, has it been 3 years? He was only supposed to live 2 years. It's been almost 3 years that we've had him with his beak and, what's it called? Pistillone disease. He's got the beak and feather disease, so he's a bald cockatoo. Sometimes he has a rogue single feather hanging off his head or off the back of his neck. He is outside. in a giant pen. So he's in one side of the chook's yard now. He's moved outside. He's loving it. It's beautiful weather. He's getting some vitamin D on his chicken skin. I mean, he looks like a chicken. I said chicken skin. He's a cockatoo. When you go to the supermarket and you look along the meat section and there's all whole chickens fully plucked, ready to bake, that's what Roger looks like. We can see every vein. We can see his gullet when he eats, his crop when it fills up with food. He's completely naked. He's a Rudy Nudie cockatoo who's got a bad language, thanks to my kids teaching him what the fuck. And that's what he calls out to you every now and again. What the fuck? So he has bad mouth, potty mouth, bad skin, no feathers, and a beak that overgrows. So his beak actually grows and curls around, and we have to trim it right down. And the last time David did it, he cut too short, and it bled and bled. And poor Rogie bled all over me. I gave him cuddles. He was fine. As soon as the blood coagulated, he was fine. So he's outside.
Are you going to make Millie take him with the cows?
Millie doesn't want Roger. She's happy for Roger to live out his days with us. We never expected him to live this long. Birds with that disease don't live very long. Possibly he's lived that long because he's in captivity with us and getting fed and being looked after and not out in the cold wind and the cold, frosty mornings and the ice. But now after 3 years, he's taken his first foray outside into the chook yard. So he's probably teaching the chooks how to talk. He'll probably start talking chook language. He yells out to me, like when I come home in the afternoon, I get out of the car. If I don't go over to say hello, he yells out to me to let me know that he's there.
Aww.
So, yeah, I just figured if it is his last days, he should really be outside, not stuck inside in a living room. He needs sunshine. Our little shed is really dark inside, so it's not ideal for a bird, and the mice will come and try to eat all his food now that spring's here. So he's an outdoor bird.
How many puppies do you have now?
I have 7 Australian Kelpie puppies and a golden retriever puppy that I did not want, and I tried to avoid, and other people just ignored me and had other plans.
So you'll be looking for
sell the puppies or give them away?
Oh no! I mean, to get them vaccinated and microchipped, to get them vaccinated as a litter, we would get a discount. So it's probably about $80 each puppy, $30 to get microchipped. So it's going to cost Jack over $100 each puppy to do all of that, and all the food. A 12-kilo bag of puppy food, just pedigree puppy food, crap, middle of the road puppy food, is $50. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. So dog food here has gone through the roof, and I asked Jack to feed them this puppy food because it is middle of the road, affordable for most people. It's not the cheapest. It's the most expensive is hundreds. But I said to him, look, you're going to be giving these dogs away to families or farmers. They're not going to put a lot of money into them. So just give them a good start with a good middle of the road pedigree pal puppy food. They've been wormed, they'll probably be given away. So if you want one, it's just the airfare. They'll be given away.
Sure.
I mean, I've seen photos up. People are trying to sell them for $700 and $400, and that's ridiculous. They're just, they're not pedigree puppies. They're not full bred. They just come from pedigree puppies at either end of the pedigree, but they weren't planned. They're just friendly little fluffy guys. And they're going to be super smart and super happy to go to probably families, I think. Kelpies are very smart dogs. They're sheep herders. They're super smart dogs.
Well, hopefully you'll find homes for them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we will. Jack will. I'm not worried. I'm not getting involved. I didn't do it. I'm not having any responsibility for it. He did it. He's a grown adult. It's his dog. He will be getting her desexed now, or I will be, nagging him as mums do. Indeed. And Travis, well, that was just, I wasn't here, and that happened when I wasn't here. And I'm just glad it's only a single puppy, because if there were 2 or 3, Millie would be trying to keep them all.
Be a shame if Travis ended up in a box of yarn and sent over to Oregon, huh?
I know.
What could go wrong?
Oh, well, you know what? Do you know what? To send a dog to the US of A in a puppy crate, you can put 2 or 3 puppies in one crate, by the way, for the same cost, by the way. Because I have done that before with golden retrievers to send over to the US where people have just met each other at the airport. One's collected a male, one's collected a female. The puppies travel better because they're asleep together in the crate, and it's the same cost, so they've shared the costs. So usually it's like up to a certain weight, just like mailing a parcel at the post office. Up to so many pounds is a certain cost and space in the airplane, and it's usually the freight is the same cost, whether it's 1 or 2 puppies. So, you know, Tabs, I can send you 2 and you could share with a neighbour.
She does have 3 kids, so, you know.
Oh, my dogs. I have a great
send 3. You'd have 3 girls. There are 3 girls and 4 boys.
Something to think about, Tab.
Appreciate a new
Just
puppy.
don't tell Paisley. She'll get very upset that I haven't sent that. Auntie Jo hasn't sent it.
Oh,
I don't want to get in trouble.
Paisley can still keep planning on how to steal Molly.
Yeah. Yeah. But Kelpies are super smart dogs, yes.
All right,
they're
guys,
the herding.
We should probably finish up soon because it's almost 6:30.
Yeah, we should.
The heat
almost
here.
3.5 hours.
Okay, let's go.
You know.
Thanks for joining me, guys.
Joe's going to get hot soon, and
I'm sweating here. This storm has gone around, and the heat has come up. It's going to be a big thunderstorm when it comes because it was just grey and black skies and really miserable, and now it's just scorching hot. So it's heading for a thunderstorm.
we'll drive home safe.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've had my half a drink.
Had your sex on the beach.
Now I've had half a sex on the beach, me by myself. That's half sex on the beach. And I've got heaps of knitting done as well.
Oh, good.
Oh, I finished that other mini.
Oh, I love that color.
Yay. That is a gorgeous color.
Oh, pretty.
On to the
that
last
looks great,
on that
Tabitha.
row.
Yay.
Thank you.
What are you going to do when you finish with those minis? What are you going to add to it? More minis?
Nothing. I'll just
from Chicken Lady?
I have all 12 of the Birth Flower of the Month Club yarn packages. So it's just going to be a Birth Flower of the Month blanket.
Oh, okay. That's all it's going to be. Okay, so when you finish with those, okay. Ooh, it's hot here.
Basically, it'll be done when she runs out of yarn.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks, everybody.
Thanks for coming Friday night.
I'm going to
see you on the first. Sorry. See you on the first Friday in November, guys. We'll be gearing up for the Melbourne Cup horse races.
That's right. Therese will tell us who to pick.
I don't.
Okay.
I'll have to look at the sheets and see.
Well, I'll get the form guide.
Yeah.
But you know better. You know horses better than we do. So.
I do.
Yep.
Anne's not here to make a comment about horses, so we're all good.
Let's just leave. Leave that. Okay. Great seeing you. What a shame about Morgan's shawl, hey? The hem on Morgie's shawl. Last word. Get the last word in.
She's never going to show you anything before it's finished again. You know that, right?
Well, it better be perfect next time. That's all I can say.
Arlen has a Kelpie. She said she's smart as a whip and pretty and almost regal.
They are very smart dogs. Nice. Very super smart and super calm too. Like you'd think they'd be nuts, but no, Penny just sleeps on the lounge and is, you know, very regal looking and very sweet. Very sweet girl. Okay, guys, I'm out of here.
Well, thanks, guys.
Scuttle your drinks. Monday. We're done. Yeah, I'll be listening in. Behave yourselves. Thank you, Tabs.
And Caro and Annie will come in. Who knows? Maybe Amy will be there. Who knows?
I don't know.
Maybe Anne will be there. Who knows? We don't know. That's how we roll. Thanks, chat, for joining in. And we always love seeing you. And thanks, Joe. We miss you.
Thank you. I miss you too.
Enjoy your nuts and the rest of your beverage and your squirrels.
My squirrels. How daggy am I? Look at my squirrels.
And on that note, I think we're done. So thanks, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.